Hey, divine souls, welcome back to my frequency. I hope you guys are doing well on this Friday. Today, I want to talk about the power of peace and the power of enlightenment and just how timeless these higher frequencies are. And we have a few examples of how powerful they are just by our spiritual figures that we have come to know. We have temples, we have text, we have statues kind of based on their name and based on what they taught. And we can use these examples to really imagine how our collective can be when we embody these higher frequencies, when we can embody that level of peace and embody that level of unconditional love and enlightenment. You know, but really at that point, it's not really enlightenment. When you reach that level of being, some people say like, I am enlightened, but that kind of comes from an ego space. Because when you reach that level of frequency and of being, you don't really exist anymore in a way. Your ego is kind of replaced by your kind of God self or your just source. Um, because you understand that you are source, you are God. But like I said, it's not coming from an ego place where you are condemning other people and trying to control other people. You just understand you penetrate to the fact that you are a aspect of the divine and you are the supreme. Um, and just imagining a collective that understands that and understanding that we can really come together and use our massive diversity on this planet to really come together and use that to grow and to really um, build foundations that are of peace and that are of unconditional love, and we build our buildings and our we our writings. We just have a culture that really promotes our well-being and that promotes the divine and that serves the divine. And we build structures that kind of acknowledge, that really acknowledge that fact and that truth. um but yeah, like I said, these higher frequencies are very timeless, and the lower frequencies that are of like fear and shame and guilt, foundations that are built upon those things and greed and force, those foundations don't really hold, and they eventually will crumble because they're not strong and powerful. So they will eventually crumble, and that's kind of what we're seeing in our society now. Um, we see how the greed and the force of trying to get other people to be a certain way, and the promotion of fear and all these things, we can see how that is crumbling before our eyes, and how, like I said, they aren't really built on a strong foundation. And that's what happens when it's not built like that. They fall because they're not built on a very timeless, um, they're not built on timeless frequencies like love and peace and and enlightenment. So you know it's important that we just look at these examples that I named, like Christ and Buddha and all these spiritual figures, and we use these examples to embody these higher frequencies ourselves. And as each one of us embodies these higher frequencies, it ripples out into the collective where other people will start to do the work themselves. And then, like I said, we'll start to be a collective that starts to promote and be our divine self. And we'll start to, you know, respect each other and not use our disagreements to, hate each other how it is now. And it's like we can have our disagreements, but we can still have that respect and love to be able to understand that we are all source, walking our different paths So we don't have to judge and condemn each other. We can just have that love and understanding that, we are all kind of walking this path back to source. But yeah, so that was my short little message on the power of peace and the power of enlightenment, and just how beautiful it can be when we all do the work and embody that level of love being. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed. I love you all so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.